Hi, my name's May and welcome to May Loves. I've tried to film this already but it cut out, so bear with me. So all that I have on at the moment is primer, and I just went over my everyday primers. The ones that I've used in this video are the Body Shop Instamatte Mattifying Compact. I got this on sale for £2. Would recommend popping in and seeing if they're still on sale because it is quite good. I do find it quite mattifying. As you can see, my T-zone is pretty matte. I then went in with a little bit of this PS matte primer from Primark. All of Primark's makeup is cruelty free. This is very silicone-y like the Body Shop one, but it's a lot more liquidy. It's like, think Smashbox Photo Finish primer. It's that kind of consistency, and that's all I went in with. They are very good primers. I'd recommend them both, especially if you can get. I wouldn't recommend buying this one full price because I think full price is a tenner. But if you can get it on sale for £2, I would definitely recommend it. And then, back to where we were up to, I was going to go in with just a little bit of this Revolution liquid highlight in liquid champagne. It's really good, very blinding. I don't always use this as a primer, but sometimes I do. Like, I'm not even squeezing anything out, that's just. And then, Starlight works better for me over makeup. This is a bit dark but over makeup for me, but I can just about get away with it if I'm putting it underneath. I know, put all that effort in to make my T-zone matte and then add liquid highlighter. That makes total sense, eh? Total sense. Right, there we go. Just probably see there a little bit more luminosity. And then we move on to foundation, which I don't usually wear, and if I do, most of the time I'll mix it in with a moisturiser or one of my mattifying primers. I find that's a very good hack if you like sheer coverage but you can't find anything that's sheer enough for you and you've got oily skin. I would recommend mixing it in with a mattifying primer because most of the sheer foundations on the market are geared towards drier skin. No idea why, they just are. But if you are going to go in with a foundation, this is the only one I will use on a daily basis. If you saw my last video, you know I have a bit of a thing for The Ordinary. This is the Ordinary Serum Foundation. My one is in 1.0N. It's a bit dark, but I just bronze up my neck. I don't apply this on a daily basis. When I do, I just use half a pump. It's very liquidy, so I find that's all I need. And then I go in with a brush. Which brush am I going to use? I'll take this one. This is a Quivange fat. Not fat. I'm not calling you fat. Insulting my brushes here. This is a Quivange face flat angled, and I just take it off the back of my hand first and dot it around, keeping it in the centre because that's where I need the most coverage, like on this bad boy here. And then I go in with my brush and buff it in. Like, if you can see, in comparison to my neck, it is still a bit dark, but I'll take it down my neck. I do go over my eyes with this because it is so thin that I don't find it makes a difference to the way my concealer sits. Right, I don't know if you can tell just the difference between it blended out and it not blended out. It just adds a little bit of coverage. So it probably won't make much of a difference on this spot here. Oh no, it did. A tiny bit, but you can still see it through, and that's what I like in a foundation. Just blending in the last of that. There we go. Just looking. Ooh, so some of it got soaked into the brush, so I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more from the back of my hand. Grab my brush and just add that there because. There we go. Perfect. So that's foundation. You can stop here if you've got like perfect skin, or you can skip the foundation step, which to be honest is what I usually do. Next I go in with concealer. This is the Makeup Revolution. They're just called Revolution now, aren't they? Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer and Contour in C1. Again, a little bit dark, but I make do. I mixed a drop of oil in with this, just because my under eyes are very dry, and if I want to use this on my under eyes, I can't use it otherwise. Also, I find the area I mainly use this on is spots, and a lot of my spots are a lot drier, so it's quite useful to have an oil mix in. You can hear the singing, that's my brother. So just in the regular bit, so on any blemishes, sides of my nose, bit on the tip, just the tip. I don't know if you can see, but I do have a bit of eczema there. I'm not going to cover that up, because although it looks like it should be covered up, it's not very good for it. And then finally, just under the eyes, just a little bit. I find that if I go in as much with as much as the beauty gurus do, I look like a mess. So then I'm going to go in, well, yeah, there we go, with this Revolution. I'm not sure what it's called. It came in like a set of 3. It's really good. Would recommend. And just buff out my concealer. Sometimes I'll be on a sponge kick. Sometimes I'm on a brush kick. At the moment, I'm on a brush kick. And just blend out everywhere you apply concealer. I'm not doing this quite as elegantly as some of the beauty people on the internet. Then again, I'm not as attractive as the other beauty people on the internet, so this is just a bit of a different place. Okay, make sure you get in all the crevices. I always look like I'm beating myself up in the face when I'm applying my makeup, but I promise, I'm not injured, I'm fine. Right, so that's concealer, and then what I do is I just go over with my foundation brush, because it's a lot looser than my concealer brush, and just blend out any streaks. As you can see, we're still not fully covered up that sucker on the forehead, but to be honest, at this point I don't think anyone will. So, as you can see, sometimes I've got all my base on. At this point, sometimes I will go in with cream products. I have a bronzer too here, so, oh, there it is, and yeah, sometimes I'll go in with them. If I am going to, I'm weird with stick products. I don't like cream contouring, it just doesn't look right on me. But if I'm going to use a cream bronzer of some form, I like this PS Perfect Colour Concealer Stick in Caramel. It's very, very warm, but I do find it nice just for a bit in the perimeters of your face. Also, if you like cream eyeshadow, it does make a very pretty eyeshadow. And then I'll use this as well. This is the Ellie Girl Bronzer Contour Stick in Goddess, maybe? That doesn't have much colour payoff to it, but it does have like a nice lot of shimmer to it, which I like for a bronzer. I'm not a fan of matte bronzer. So there's that, and then if I want a cream blush and highlight, this highlight, all the packaging's rubbed off because I use it quite a lot, but this is the Barry M Iced Bronze No. 2. It's really pretty. It's like, well, you can't see that. I'm very bad at this. I'm not like the beauty gurus. I'm not like the pretty people. And then you've got this blush, which is a very pretty colour. Might be able to see that. Yeah, there we go. This is the kind of blush tone I usually go for, although, to be honest, any blush. I am obsessed with blush. So now I'm going to go in with powder, because I'm not going to use any of them today. This is just, I don't even know what powder this is. I've had it for years. And I'm just going to take this Cravange face tapered brush and go in. I don't like to overset my under eyes because they are so dry. And I'll just take some over my eyelid and then pack it on the nose. Actually, for the nose, I'm going to use this. All the things round off, but I think it's the Real Techniques buffer brush. And I just press it on. And make sure to go over the bit that you're going to apply blush and bronzer, but try and avoid the bit that you're going to apply highlight because it'll help the highlight stick to your face. Right, we are all set. Looking a bit less hideous now, but very much like a moon. So, as you can see, that powder helped match me to my neck a bit more, but I'm still not sure if you can tell. Let's try and get. I'm not sure you can tell, but I'm still quite a bit darker in the neck area than the face area. Right, so from here, my next step is always highlight. I don't like highlighting it last. The earlier you can highlight, the better, because then the more natural it looks. And I'm somewhere in between natural and not natural makeup. Like, I hate full coverage. Like, sheer coverage is the only way I will go. But the amount of blush I put on is not natural. And sometimes I like to have a lot of fun with eyeshadow. And mascara, never natural. So the highlights in my little bag are always on rotation. At the moment it's the Technic Get Gorgeous highlight. Don't think this one has a name, shade name. And then the Revolution Strobe highlight in Supernova, which is the one I'm going to use today. It is a bit on the glittery side. My favourite highlight, I think, is the peach and the yellow shade mixed in the Sleek Makeup Solstice highlighting kit. I think that's probably my favourite. But you know, we can go with a bit of glitter sometimes. Where has my brush gone? This one will do. It's not the one I'm looking for, but so what I would recommend with these though is just make sure you tap off any excess, because that gets rid of the glitter and it's the glittery pigments that fly off when you tap it off. So don't know if you can see that, but it's pretty damn blinding. Almost forgot to tap myself off there. I said that wrong. Okay, almost forgot to tap that off then. That's what I meant to say. So you can definitely see it there. It just adds some life to your face. Try to avoid highlighting any areas you have problems with. Like, I will not be highlighting the centre of my forehead. And then I just take a smaller brush. This is Provence Eye Tapered, and put it on my inner corner. I should probably get my little mirror. That highlight is not translating properly on camera. It looks... Ooh, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Okay. The highlight came across. So from here, if I'm doing heavy eye makeup, I'll then go in with this Revolution Pro Eye Elements Core. I think the shade name's Core. This is a really good eye primer, but for everyday I don't use eye primer because I literally just shove this in my crease. This is the Misslyn Beach Please Bronzing and Contouring Powder in Fiji Fever. It's quite dark. It's quite, like, imagine me trying to bronze with this. That would not go well. But it's nice and warm and makes a fabulous eyeshadow colour. This is just a regular Amazon brush. Because my eyes are like, they're an odd colour. They're grey, but depending on what I put on them, they can pull more. They can pull either grey, green, or blue. And if I put something more of a neutral warm, so it's not particularly orange or red, then they pull more grey. And I like that, because when they go green, they just look a bit wonky. Right, so as you can see, just makes a huge difference, and it's one colour in my eye. And then I'm going to take... Oh my god, I'm so unorganised. Okay. Five minutes of this is probably me searching for brushes. This is another Amazon brush, just underneath my lower lash line. See what a difference that makes. Right, so I should have done. I know, that's literally all there is on the eyes. I'll put some mascara on in a minute. I just want to do my blush and bronzer. So for bronzer, I'm using a lighter shade of that Misslyn. This is Holiday Hooray. It's quite warm, but I like it. So the right note is all rubbed off on this, but it's the same set, I think, as that other similar brush was. So, what a difference some bronzer makes. make sure to tap off the excess, especially if you're pale like me. And then the most important part of any makeup, bronzing the neck. And that just pulls everything together a bit more. And then my personal favourite set. Okay, so I have 3 blushes that I keep in my everyday makeup bag. Where's the last one? Okay, here. This is like the only high-end makeup product I keep in my everyday makeup bag, but it is only £8. It's tiny, like, it's bigger than one of the others I'm about to show you, but it is quite small. And it's this Ofra blush in Apricot, and it looks really light, so if you are anything deeper than white, I would not recommend this, but it's just a really pretty, well, apricot shade. Found a new place to swatch, that works. And it just brings so much life to your face, it's absolutely gorgeous. And then there's this Jordana blush in Touch of Pink. This is hard, this is upside down, which as you can see is just a bit more pink and darker than the Ofra one. And then finally we have Natural Collection Peach Melba, which is a cult classic. It's absolutely gorgeous, works for so many skin tones, but if you're really deep or even like medium dark, I would not recommend this because it will not work for you. Oh my god, this is harder than it looks. There we go, as you can see that's the most pink out of all of them, and it's a bit more cool tone than the rest of them. The others are very warm. Today I'm going to use this Jordana one, which has the least amount of product of all of them. This one is 4 grams, this one is 2.2 grams, and this one is 9 grams, so you're getting the most bang for your buck in this Natural Collection one. It's £2, like, it's ridiculous. This one's £4 and you are only getting 2.2 grams. So, let's blush. It's my favourite part of makeup. I used to hate blush because I'm so pale. I was like, I'll look like a clown and I'm terrified of clowns. No. Now I can't live without it. And then, because I'm that extra person that loves blush so much, couldn't find the lid for this blush then, I take the Revolution Skin Kiss in Peach Kiss, which is a highlighter, but not for me. It's that colour, and I just take it on my blush brush, tap off the excess, and add some to the apples of my cheeks just to add an all over glow. And then, of course, take just a bit over the nose. This is an Olivia Hale blush brush, by the way. I found it in Home Bargain. Like, so what have we got left to do? Eyebrows, mascara, lips, and right. So before I move on to eyebrows and mascara, I'm going to take this Cala 412 complexion brush. It's just a geofiber stippling brush. Blend everything together so it doesn't look like you spent 20 minutes putting makeup on, even over your eyes, like everywhere. And it just blends everything out to perfection. So as you can see, I've still got a little bit of tint left in my eyebrows, so I'm not going to fill them in too heavily. Where's my pen? I cannot find anything today. Okay. I keep them all in little mugs that broke, that were fixed but can't handle hot drinks. That reminds me, I've got a cup of tea over there that I get to drink in a minute. Aren't you so jealous of my cup of tea? Probably not, given that like 90% of people on the internet are Americans and Americans don't drink tea. Right. I cannot find my brush, so I'm going to put the lid back on this, move on to my other eyebrow product. This was the Revolution Pro Brow Pomade in Auburn, for the record, and it's my favourite brow pomade because I don't know if you can tell in this light, but I'm a bit ginger. No, you can't tell. I am a little bit ginger, take my word for it. So instead I'm going to take this Revolution brow pencil in light brown, brush them up, draw a line underneath, then just run the pencil lightly through the rest of your brow. There we go, that's literally all I do, and then I'll just smooth them back up. There we go. Same to the other one. There we go. So one last brush out on that brow. And then what I do is just go in with eyebrow gel. I'll either go in with clear or tinted, it depends what mood I'm in. But as always, I can't find my clear brow gel, so I'm going to go in with this tinted one, and this is the Technic brow gel. I don't know, I think it's in dark, which is not my colour, but it does the job. It's not the most pigmented thing in the world either. On more natural days, sometimes I'll use this as mascara. There we go. Right, so almost done. We've just got mascara and lips to go. I'll do lips next because all I do is take some lip balm and whack it on. This is the Yes2 Ultra Hydrating Moisturising Coconut Oil Stick, which I use as a lip balm. Once I finish this, I'll show you it in good lighting, I promise. I just can't balance a computer on a window ledge. And then just a light layer of mascara, if I remembered to bring it over, because this is my bed. Hi, this is my bed. Welcome to my bed. No, it's my first time meeting you, but I'm a forward person, what can I say? So just, this is the Collection Lash Search. I'm just going to pop it on the top lashes. Now I'll put a little bit on the bottom. Just done a really light layer there, but usually I would build it up if I had time, which I don't right now. So I'll take you over to better lighting and you can have a look at the finished look. You got a fabulous view of my jumper there. And back to the front position. So I hope you enjoyed the video. This was just my everyday makeup look. Pleasure having you. I will try and edit this down. Feel free to subscribe. We're still here. There's one of you, but I love you. And I hope to see you again. Have a nice day.